Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to some more Birthright as we work our way to the next section of domains here for the Brechts. So we're moving along to the Overlook, which is kind of the right side of the bay, and some of the, I would say, arguably lesser known of the realms that are out there that don't get as much attention as some of the ones that we've already covered. We do get a lot of interesting ones, including several Anshe that are famous and infamous in varying degrees. So with that being said, let's take a look here at what our sort of intro to the section tells us. The Overlook realms defy definition, tiny independent kingdoms and organized bits of anarchy. They hover on the edge of ruin, yet stand firm against the warring tribes of the east. Even Grabentoad and Gravesmude, kingdoms that resisted the Annuirian occupation, remain hedgerow realms with would-be kings vying for control. Quoting from Boric, Sellsword, Adventurer, and Mercenary. Gotta love some of the punny names that they have here, right? Sellsword, and he's a mercenary too. Anyway, let's move on. So in a world in which scions and regents war over tiny tracts of land and monstrous Anshe prey on defenseless domains, the Brecht Overlook kingdoms survive by being too stubborn and fractious to conquer. Many an enemy has tried and failed. Centuries ago, Rezlev, once a Brecht kingdom under a forgotten name, fell to Voss raiders. The Voss held off the feeble attempts made by Berhagen and Gravesmude to recapture the kingdom. After a time, Berhagen and Gravesmude were discouraged by their defeats and gave up on their neighbor. Rezlev has remained virtually uncontested since then. Grabentoad, one of the few Brecht lands to avoid occupation by the Annuirians, fell into ruin several hundred years ago and reverted to the control of Orogs and goblins. It rose again from the rubble some 85 years ago under the leadership of the pirate Ulrich Graben, who claimed royal Grabentoad blood. The current freebooter, King Albrecht Graben, sits imprisoned in Muden's dungeons, and the temporary rulers of the realm wonder whether they should try to get him back. Now, there is a Birthright novel that we've reviewed on our Patreon that kind of somewhat, it takes place in Grabentoad, and then the Hag's realm, but not the best of the novels that they released, but does feature Graben a little bit. It does kind of make you wonder if he's really a prisoner there or just purposely staying caught so he doesn't have to deal with ruling that domain. So, whereas the book description here kind of takes it in a different direction, but we'll get there when we cover the realm. We do encounter another dwarven realm, so of all the Overlook realms, Daikar Zigun alone has changed a little over the centuries. The dwarves of the twin fortresses guard their kingdom carefully against the Gnolls, the Voss, and even the Brechts. They welcome trade with other realms, but only a little at a time, after much negotiation. The dwarves have marched forth to defend other nations of the Overlook from aggression, but only at great need. Not surprisingly, the dwarves do not see themselves as part of the Great Bay Kingdoms. Then we get into some Anshe here, so the Hag and the Wolf. Neither of these Anshe make regular forays into neighboring kingdoms, but they make their presence known in the Overlook. The Wolf must defend his hunting grounds against Rurik, Brecht, and Voss incursions, and may be peaceful or savage on a whim. The Hag is consistent, although consistently savage. She carefully plots her revenge against the kingdoms she despises. Grabentoad feels her wrath every few decades, and Drachenward fears her as well. Her kingdom remains closed to outsiders. A few adventurers have braved the nets and webs she weaves, but many have gone to their doom at her hand, and some, it is said, must serve her before their deaths. And that's one aspect that novel, The Hag's Contract, does actually show pretty well, and really just makes it clear just how terrifying the Hag is in her own right. We do get an interesting island nation as well. Colin Shafepate rules the Zvilunds and tolerates no incursions or Swilans. Chaotic but not evil, he involves himself sporadically in the politics of the Overlook, but spends most of his time alone in his domain. His pirates, led by fearsome Black Adara, closed the passage between the islands and the mainland long ago. He may be of a mind to cut off traffic on that side of the Krakenstauer altogether. He would then be in a position to sell safe passage to all nations at very high prices. Even the Royal Navy of Muden respects his strength. And then finally, Black Ice Bay. Cold and unforgiving, the waters of the Black Ice Bay may get their chill from otherworldly magic of the Kraken, or they might just be impossibly deep. The pirates that work the shallows here avoid the deeps, sticking to the shores around the Dwarf Haim and the Rezlev Berhagen inlets. Dozens of legends surround this foreboding body of water. In the dead of winter, when the mouth of the Krakenaricht nearly freezes solid, most of the southern waters remain navigable. The black ice bay freezes, but only in part. Black, invisible sheets of ice form and move as if guided by some hostile intellect, spearing small ships and breaking hulls with unnatural skill. Even the careful marines of Muden and the skillful pirates of the Zweilunds spend this time of the year in warmer waters. So again, it's going to be an exciting look here at these remaining domains as we go from some of the stronger and definitely more famous and well-civilized domains like Muden especially, into, again, this sort of rough and almost exotic set of domains here as we wind our way up the eastern side of the Brecht Realms, and just into some of these, again, very rich in the sense of history and opportunity for roleplay and running a domain realms here, but also just the fact that, again, there's a different kind of wilderness to these, and we'll explore that as we work our way through. But let us know, guys, if you've played any of your campaigns on this part of the map at all for the Brecht Realms and how that's gone for you. And if you've made any encounters with some of the notable domains and rulers and Anshe here, be sure to hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe. And if you want to see videos like this early, check out our Patreon. You can support us there. There's even a free tier for folks to get caught up on our hobby blog and other stuff, and that will give you guys access to all those things. But let us know again how you feel about this part of the Brecht map. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next Birthright video.